All right, welcome, welcome. Ah, crap. Sorry for the delay. This is Jones Brasco with Up the Fulham. We have. Sometimes I hate when my computer has issues, but you do what you can and you move on. Unfortunately, okay. You know what? We're going one light today. I don't know why my camera looks blurry, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So let's go with. So let's see what we've missed so far. This has been all Manchester City so far at the City of Manchester Stadium. Fulham and those nice third kits. It was a deflection. Foden had a shot. The black second kit, and it goes off of. And it's gonna be another corner for Man City. And we are still. And unfortunately, tail of the tape is as simple as it is. Fulham have not beaten Man City since 2009. Pep has a 100% record against Fulham, meaning all wins, no losses, no draws. The last draw Fulham had against Man City was back in 2011, before my son was literally a day when my son was 1 day old. Right now, Fulham has not had a shot on target or anything and only have 31% of the possession. Again, I apologize for the late start. I am unfortunately I drive 30 minutes from where I pick up my son to heading here, and ironically enough, he gets out of school at 2 o'clock. It's danger, Foden. Leno catches it. Leno catches it. Fulham is trying to. Oh my goodness. Mm. Oh, now did Nunes Leno with the stop. Mm. Whistle blows. And this is just. Mm. And the one thing that, if you're a Fulham fan, you're hoping this is a trap game. There are no guarantees. That's why you play the game. And with that record that Man City posts against Fulham, it's easy to get overconfident. But hopefully, people can hear me okay. I'm not. I really don't know the deal going on with my camera right now, but oh, okay. I'm still here. It's just unfortunately you may not be able to see me right now. In the meantime, while this is happening and while unfortunately you guys may not be able to see me, I am going to go ahead and fix these lineups because if you notice, you haven't been able to see anything. And it's still, there's not, all right, it's definitely one way traffic. Fulham is going to have to try to find something on the break, and they have to really be careful with that zone defense because they gave it away. O'Reilly, I don't know what to say about that. O'Reilly, I think, was just whether it was like a level of uncertainty or just felt like the opportunity was there. Yeah, they just I don't know. I honestly don't know, but still, I hope everyone who is watching this game is doing okay. This is Jonas Braska with Up the Fulham. If this is your first time here, I know there is a lot of other content creators that do Man City, but you're here with me because I'm one of the only ones who does Fulham as far as live streams and reacts. So just sync up here in North America. We are on Peacock. Hmm. Hmm. I'm wondering if something got on my camera that's making it seem blurry. Okay. All right. A little bit better now. Leno is forced to kick it out. Again, Fulham is just gonna have to be defensive. There's like really nothing else you can really say. Ooh. Because the way my light's set up, I have a very deep shadow. So now I know what the issue is. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. A lot of rain, very. I mean, nothing more you can expect. It's rain. This is this is definitely going to be an interesting game. Not so much again for this result, but also that possibility that they get to go one more time, depending on what happens next week. Well, sorry, this weekend in the FA Cup. Fulham will be at Stoke, which I think I remembered now. It's the Britannia. Sessignon has to force to defend. Calvin Bassey trying to run up, just trying to keep possession. However, he goes down. There's no foul. And right back, man, Fulham is having to defend. Tete with a great slide. Sessignon finds Iwobi, having to take it back to Sessignon. Man City doing a great job of just pressing and not allowing Fulham to even have the ball in the Man City side of the pitch. Luckily, there wasn't too big of a lineup change from we saw early in the season when these two played. Of course, Semenyo is definitely the big factor that wasn't there that first time, and that's who I would be. Even though everyone's focused on Mister 100 goal guy, as definitely someone to keep in mind moving forward. The Fulham, it's Leno, Tete, Anderson, Bassey is in for Koenka. Mm. Foden, luckily taken away from Ryan Sessegnon. But still, Man City with that press, literally just keeping Fulham from getting the ball forward. And we will say this: Bob is on the bench, Rodrigo Muniz is on the bench, Kevin is on the bench, Josh King is on the bench, and that will be one thing. One thing health wise to keep in mind will probably be at Fulham's advantage. is that for the most part, the team is pretty much healthy, with the exceptions of Sasha Lukic and Tom Carney, who, from what I understood, injured his calf before the game last week against Everton. Slowing them down is an understatement. And I think one thing that would really help is Fulham to actually get a corner. It's like just Chukwueze getting on the side, Wilson run, shot, Iwobi, and that is going to be a corner. Harry Wilson's going to take this corner, which should which is definitely needed. Yes, they definitely would have, but they still maintain possession. Keeper grabs it easily, and just like that, that's Fulham's best spell of possession in the game. However, we are in the 24th minute and there is no score. Nunez into the box. England tried to get it, and I'm wondering if there's a flag. There is no flag. And no one's going to act like this wasn't a good pick for Man City to pick him up from picking him up from Bournemouth. Like there's no and just like that, it's 1-0. And like they may say, this was coming. Okay. At least I think I get it now. It was the camera angle is definitely an issue. That should look better. Oh yeah, they're calling it ancient history now. And of course, I'm mentioning the stat that I already mentioned that it's been a while since they won. Here, and of course they're talking about the Great Escape win. Continuing on. And yeah, now we hear in the crowd, "Come on, City!" If you're Fulham, you need to maintain this, because while the 4 goals in the second half were fun to watch, well, 5 if you want to count Sander Berge's own goal, which since then Fulham has not scored 4 goals in any game, period, whether that's the Premier League or any cup ties. Sessegnon knocks it out, and it's going to be a throw in for Man City. And of course, if you're full, and it's just trying to keep hope alive. Because like that game at the cottage back in December, anything can happen. I mean, Smith Rowe finds Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson going into trying to find Harry Wilson, shoots, and it's saved by the keeper, but it gave him trouble. Mm-hmm. Throwing Chukwueze. Chukwueze still maintaining the ball, but it is taken away by Foden. No, I mean it's a good chip. And I think Semenyo's going to get the assist on it. Yeah, Semenyo's going to get the assist. Bassey's late. Bassey is late. Tete gets beat. Like Bassey did his best to come over, but that was Tete who couldn't do much. Did I watch the Super Bowl? It was something. I was cooking most of the time, so I only really got to see the second half, but it looks like I didn't miss much in the first half, just a whole bunch of field goals. That's a tail of the tape. And like I said, there's not much to say. This was always going to be a tough task. Anderson, Nico Riley again, but it takes a deflection. Okay. Anderson, great job with the elbow. That's not a handball. Like it was definitely like the upper almost shoulder. Yeah, he gets it with the shoulder. There's no handball, but it is going to be a corner. Back, O'Reilly was going for the header. And the problem is you can't even call it mid-table mediocrity because as things stand now, we're now at 13th. That's the lowest we can go today, but we've dropped at 13th. A win would have can have gotten us as high as 8th, but currently we're at 13th. I mean, the Ricardo Pepe thing really kind of sucked. That fell through. But this game was definitely going to have to. But we knew this was going to be a defensive game. Fulham was going to have to try to do that zone defense and try to catch him off the counterattack. But Alexa will be very good there. In other games, Aston Villa, Brighton, no score. Nottingham Forest, Wolves, no score. Crystal Palace, Burnley. Crystal Palace is up 1-0. Sander Berge was trying to find Jimenez, but a little too far. A little too far. I can't put this on Silva. I can't even put the whole Ricardo Pepe thing. Silva made it very clear you needed at least two people. You focused so much on Ricardo Pepe that you couldn't find anyone else. And PSV even said it's not that we didn't want to give him to Fulham, it's that we didn't have anyone to replace him. That's just that's just the reality. There was no backup. I mean, there was no plan B. And for that you can't necessarily put on Silva. That goes even further. Anderson comes in late, but it doesn't look like that was a yellow card. And VAR is coming in. They are checking. A hair. Okay. Okay. So what happened there was it seems that they were seeing if Nico O'Reilly had pulled on somebody's hair, and if that was the case, then that would have been a red card for Manchester City. And they're quoting an incident with Michael Keeves that got red carded for pulling on the hair. It was an Everton Wolves game, I believe, is what they're referring to. In the meantime, break. Semedo, dealt with by Tete, was trying to get to Smith Rowe, but now Foden has a chance. Semenyo, it just goes to the side. And luckily, Fulham is going to have a little bit of a breather with a goal kick. 38th minute. Mm. Okay. Jimenez was trying to get to it. Sander Berge being very aggressive but misses the tackle. Advantage City. Haaland, 3-0. This is ugly. But the first game against these two was ugly. They're saying that's Haaland's first open goal from open play. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. No matter what happens, I don't think you can Silva. He has been like I don't think anyone's going to say that he has not been one of Fulham's best coaches. And for the fact that his tenure has been so long is another testament to when he's able to get things to work, they work well. And I'm saying this as of the American football, I'm saying this as a Las Vegas Raiders fan. I've watched coaches go in and out literally for about the last decade. And Silva's going to get a yellow. Yeah, Silva, okay. And literally just kicks it. Mm. Sorry, someone. Wilson? Smithrow had it. Smithrow had it. It should be 3-1. But yeah, because Jimenez gets the pass off. Wilson to Jimenez. Jimenez gets the best he can. Smithrow is just late to the ball. Smithrow is so late to the freaking ball. Bassi finds a Wobie. Sessignon trying to get to Sander Berge. Sander Berge has really struggled today. And it's going to be a free kick for City. There's boos and things, but what can you say? Because I don't want to be one of those people that's like, okay, this one's over with. Let's talk about the cup tie. Because yes, that's something that is important. But they're trying to call handball in Fulham. We're not. That's not the case. Sander Berge really, really struggling. Haaland into the box, doesn't get enough on it. So we're now they're going to show the thing from handball. Bassi didn't put his arm out. I mean, it touches Bassi. No one's denying that. But did not make any type of movement or anything to suggest he was trying to stop the ball with his hand. So I for that much, I think it's a good no call. Tete trying to find Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe kicking it out, trying to find Chukwueze, but it's dealt with very well by Nunez. Sessegnon back to Iwobi. Iwobi goes out side, finds Emil Smith Rowe, goes back to Anderson. Bassi is trying to get forward. Like I think that's something you have to. Iwobi, Smith Rowe, into the box. Jimenez header doesn't get enough on it. Keeper handles it easily. And that was my best. That's what Marco Silva is doing right now. Chukwueze shoots but sails. So they're trying to say it was Raul Jimenez that may have been pulling on the hair. And they may say, okay, why not? And some people may say because Fulham has been on so many bad VAR decisions that this would just add another one. Wilson boots it, finds Chukwueze. Chukwueze's able to keep it in, and not really. He was trying to do the cross, and it just sailed. And that's the end of the first half. I'm sorry. What? We all see the score. What can I say? What would you expect me to say right now? I mean, unless I'm missing something. This really is a what we knew it was always going to be a hard game, and it was maybe hard to expect, and it may be hard to have expected anything out of this. But were we expecting three? Was I expecting 3-0? No. Was I expecting 1-0 or maybe 2-0? Absolutely. I mean, I can't. If nothing else, the fact that Fulham did get 2 shots on target. They've actually committed less fouls, no cards, no actual set piece issues. Like the sad thing is, outside of the goals actually given, Fulham has been. Sorry, no, there's two cards. I guess the thing is seriously like, what what do you expect me to say at this time? There's really nothing else I can say. This has been a horrible game. I could say, defense may not be great, but bring in, there are people you can bring in now. Because there's nothing else I can say other than, hey, let's try to prevent, you know, too high of a goal differential. But once again, it could be a trap game. We saw what happened last time when Fulham was down 5-4. So we need some magic like that again. And it's going to be very, very difficult for that to happen. In any case, I am thankful for people who are watching, who are listening. This is Jonas Brasco with Up the Fulham. This one has been a tough watch, but what can I say? I'm watching it and I'm telling you about it so you don't have to. But if you're watching this as well, oh, Burnley got one back on Palace. It's 2-1 Burnley. And just out of curiosity, if there are any Stoke fans, your game is still 0-0 as of, let me verify. I just want to verify real quick. Yeah, your game is still 0-0. and they're in the 39th minute. But oh, oh, oh. Okay. If there are any Stoke fans in the chat, Bosun Lawal went down with an injury, and there has been quite a bit of a delay, but play does resume. Unfortunately, they're not giving a lot of information about it, but that could potentially have an impact on the game Sunday. So, if anything significant comes, we will cover that. Anyway, I'm gonna take a. I will be right back, everyone. Do what you gotta do. Once again, 3-0 Man City. This is Jonas Spraska with Up the Fulham. It can only go up, you can only look up for here, right? Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. We have returned. Hopefully we are going to have a better second half than we did a first half. At least that's what I'm hoping. Sadly, you can see the tail of the tape as things stand. I still don't know why I have that blur effect. But they are warming up, getting ready for the second half. Okay. So that's interesting. Haaland is going to be replaced. It looked like Haaland did get the knock in that. I see. So it looks so. Yeah, it's the yellow that's making. And so Haaland's not going to be here, and we are going to start the second half. Yeah, I have this weird blur with my white going. So we'll go ahead and make that substitution. They're in this Foden. No, I know they're not going to be showing any mercy. Smith Rowe. Okay, at least we got there is a corner. Burnley has wow. Burnley has said screw that. Fell asleep during the Everton watch and wanted to say was player watching that game with you. Let's hope we can turn this around. Up the Fulham. Hey, definitely. I mean, anything can happen. Right now, it's very hard. It's very hard to say so, but man, but no, I appreciate not just the thanks. I also appreciate you coming back. It's nice to like. There's nothing I can really say about this match except that you want to hope, but I also know that something like we're talking like a card, like a red card for City, may be the only way they get back into this right now. And I don't like saying that, but it really may have to be a card that gives them a shot at this game. I mean, Haaland being out. If if Samaya was not on the if Semenyo was not on the team, if they weren't able to get him from Bournemouth, I would be a little bit more optimistic. But I'm just gonna say, Semenyo is just that good, and right now is probably man of the match. Period. Oh, believe me, I was. Oh crap. And they're literally talking about the challenge for Europe. No, it's not there. Like it's not there, and that's okay to say it's not there. I wish I could say that that wasn't the case, but it's just not there. And I know I'm very very blurry right now. Oh no, Sander Berge is definitely. He has been. I've been very critical of him, and I would love. The question is, what do you? When Sanderberg is good, he's decent, but yes, he has struggled with Man City in both games that they've played, including that own goal and the game back in December. Wilson to the outside. Wow, they're doing that, talking about his time at Lyon. Obi already more possession, tries to get it back to Jimenez. Jimenez just he was marked very very well. And even they're trying to make this like Fulham creeping. Let's see if we can creep our way back. And I'm not on my phone to actually be on my phone. I'm just making sure that audio wise people can hear me. And he's and you can tell Sander Berge is frustrated. This is one of those times where I wouldn't, despite his speed, I would have put I would have put Diop in here. Jimenez trying to maintain, and it's a foul, and it's on Chukwueze. Oh, yeah. Just because it's Tete that committed the foul doesn't make it any better. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where this reflection is that I'm getting. Definitely something I need to figure out before the Stoke game. No, that's good to hear because they sure heck can use some changes. Fulham could use a lot. I mean, it's like you got nothing to lose now. You really don't have anything to lose, so you might as well just go for it. Smith Rowe trying to behind Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson crosses towards the end, and he is not a foul. It's and you're looking. Wilson is on the run, going in. Yeah. He gets the ball away clean. Wilson goes down, but no, that's just a great tackle. No foul. It's the challenge was a risk, but it was a good challenge. Like there's no like I'm not going to sit here and act like it wasn't a good challenge. It was a good challenge. Brighton and Villa still no score. O'Reilly into the box, shot by Foden and easily taken care of by Leno. Yeah, I don't blame them. Now, one thing I wasn't expecting, but this game has gotten interesting, and I'm not going to tell people to go to this because I only have one viewer, but because I think they've already done this, is the Crystal Palace Burnley game. That game is in the approaching the 50th minute. Burnley just scored. Lerma with the own goal, and it's 3-2. Burnley. Sander Berge to back to Iwobi. To Tete. Wilson. Again, working that left side. Got to find the cross into the box. Chukwueze tries to get to it, but it's heading out. Even though Iwobi is able to get to it, but it still goes out, and it's Man City's ball. It's going to be three substitutions. It's going to be Josh King, Rodrigo Muniz, and Kevin. So Moo was absolutely correct. And it's hard. I mean, let's just say it. This is hard to watch, but we're going. We're doing a camera shift here, and for Jimenez, his day is done. Yeah, it's this one. And sadly, this is what's happening with me. Is exactly how I would describe this game. Not able to fully, not able to fully get things going, and it's just. And yeah, sorry, we're gonna do make the substitutions. And Matthew Nunez substitution. City's substitutions are in. A couple of people have decided to come back in. Thanks. This is Wilson trying to. And it's a brick. Wait, holy crap. I'm sorry. It's just this camera thing is bothering me a lot. And why I'm adjusting is because, and just like City's on the break, and I'm just saying for people in the chat, what do you want to see? Because there are people, I'm sure there are people who are like screaming Silva out. I'm not doing that. I am. I'm in the. You're trying to make. You're basically asking Fulham to do something they haven't done since Roy Hodgson was the coach. And I'm not saying it's an impossible task, but I am saying you may be asking a lot more. And Foden's going to get a card. Hmm. Wilson. Just this is. It's like a little. Like there's like a little bit of possession, but it's just nothing. Yeah, I mean, I believe that we can win. Corner. That nothing. Bassi trying to get past Semenyo. Bassi is able to get the ball, but Semenyo, they're fighting really well. It goes out, and City's able to get that. He did very well. Semenyo did very, very well. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say this is like been a soul killing experience, it's like yes, it is like watching a slow death. Muniz, it's saved, and City gets it out of there with the quickness. Tete cuts out the pass to Omar. Fulham trying to really just go through the middle, not happening. And that's gonna no, that's good. Cautionary word versus an actual caution, but still, I know I need to make substitutions, so I'm just gonna do that now. It's just this is hard, and I'm sticking with it. I'm still sticking with this, and okay, and Oscar Bob's gonna come in. We're gonna see if and Bob it was a former Man City player, so it's gonna be interesting how the reactions from that, but I mean, I'm not even gonna say words of encouragement. Just like, where do you go from here? You want to finish the game with some pride. Yes, it's been a while since Fulham has just been like, yeah, and Harry Wilson's gonna make way for Oscar Bob and the crowd is showing Bob some love. But let's see if he can actually show Fulham some love. Set piece. Come on. Shirky came in for Phil Foden. Nico Gonzalez is coming. Thank you for helping out, Oscar Bob. Probably over the hair pull. Or alleged. I like how they said alleged hair pull. All right. Excuse me? Is that what we're really calling it? And now they're of course they're talking about the Stoke game. That's just where we are right now. What about Bob? Nothing. Bob. Well, yeah, they said menace, not hope. There's still one, and Fulham has one more sub. I just don't know. Again, what do you do? What do you say? I mean, how do you keep them? And now, okay, and now that's the thing. Mm. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna turn off the webcam just for a moment because it's I will come back, but I just had to turn it off for a second just because my head. Harrison Reed is coming in. Goals. And it's yeah. Yeah, I said I was gonna come back. Bob was trying to find Josh King. Josh King finally Sander Berger's off the pitch. Harrison Reed is coming on. You can just say the green kit. I would feel. I almost would feel better if it was the green kit. Yeah, I'm not even going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the green screen up. There's just yes, I did not. We did not forget. Like I said, these two may still face off again. That wasn't a. And Nico gets a yellow card. And yeah, the commentators are. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. The commentators are even struggling to stay interested in this game. And believe me, I will go ahead and say this right now. Valentine's Day, not that they necessarily have a chance, but I am cheering hard for Salford City in that League Two table. And speaking of people who famous for their cup runs, Grimsby Town is up 1-0 on Accrington Stanley. Now, Crystal Palace, because they're losing, Fulham is maintaining 12th at 12th place. When they were leading, they were in 11th, and we had dropped to. Sorry, not 11th. They were in 12th, and we had dropped to 13th. So now Palace is still losing 2-3. The rest of the games are actually scoreless. Villa, Brighton, no score. Nottingham Forest, Wolves, no score. And Sunderland, Liverpool, no score. And that one's at halftime. And all substitutions have been used. So what you see here is definitely what you get. Nope. We're hoping King. Okay, I think you gotta calm down. But it's a good. It's a good Sessignon. It. Oh, I'm wondering if that's a handball. We may have just missed a handball call. I mean, I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk, but I think we literally just missed a handball. Great block by Bassi. Josh King trying to figure something out. Semenyo takes out King. Advantage Fulham. Josh King taken out. Advantage Fulham. Kevin with some pace. Kevin into the box. Kevin try to find Muniz. This is hard, but this is if the positive that you have a better second half, that Fulham didn't give up any goals. Great. If you want to say it's just City knew, like has been said in a lot of games, if you score 3 goals, you will probably win. Fulham, if you score 3 goals, you will probably win. Neither were the case in this game. Yeah, neither were the case in this game. This is just now 88th minute. It's going to be debated who was the worst. Some say this may be Leno. It definitely was Sander Berge. And I think you have to have him when he's trying to run in, put some pressure, forces a throw. Gahey forces a throw in for Fulham. And right now, Leno, as far as his rating, they have him rated at 4.6, and then right next at 5 is Sander Berge. That's gonna be those are gonna be two things that are talked about for this next game. I wouldn't be surprised if Lacombe gets the start against Stoke. In fact, I think that may be the best thing for Fulham to do is get Lacombe the start. Because afterwards, you got two Sunday games. You have the game on the 15th against Stoke, and then you got next the following Sunday. Bob tried to walk it in, nothing happening. Josh King showing extreme aggressiveness. Bob's able to get it back, but then just gives it away. Turkey loses it, and Kevin just sails it. Sunderland is the next game on the 22nd. You did win the game in the first half. No one's going to say you didn't. You won the game in the first half. You won the game in the first half. And you deserve to win the game. There was just nothing. And there's 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and then this is over. Three minutes, and then this is over. And Fulham still doesn't look like there's going to be one more goal. It's just, it's just not there. Sesson, no, there's no, no, it doesn't. Thank you. Anderson is down, but Fulham trying to find Kevin trying to get to the ball. King, are we gonna get a corner? for an actual. So this is going to be. I think this is actually maybe Fulham's first corner of the half. King set for Bob, and it's over. It is on to the next one. I wish I could say that I feel. I mean, I don't know what to say. Should I be happy that we didn't give up any more goals? Abs. Absolutely. I'm glad we didn't give up any more goals because the goal differential is going to be bad. How bad? So here's where we're at now. Because of the last two games and our lack of scoring, our goal differential has now dropped to -5. We're at 34 points. Luckily, Palace is still losing, and they're in the 86th minute there. Palace loses, we stay in 12th. If Palace ties this up, we'll stay in 12th. But if they actually come back, then we'll drop to 13th. Brighton is actually winning their game 1-0. So they have finally scored on Villa. Or no, sorry, Villa scored on them. So Brighton losing, Crystal Palace losing. Sunderland and Liverpool is still no score. So while this game did not go Fulham's way necessarily, the things around them are not hurting. Like there's still something. I'm not going to say salvage, but I will say that there is still something there. There's still something there that maybe Fulham can salvage from this. The main thing is to look forward to Stoke. I know there was a pretty bad injury in that game earlier. Stoke is currently playing right now, and in their game, it's Charlton Athletic is up on them. They just scored. Tyrese Campbell, they just scored. And just like that, Stoke is down 1-0. And as far as their dreams, they're at 43 points, but they're 4 points off of Wrexham. So Wrexham right now is in that sixth playoff spot. And of course, I know a lot of people are looking forward to that, but Wrexham has their cup match against Ipswich. And that will actually be on Friday. I think that's like the earliest FA Cup match. And just so we can run it down, here's what we should be expecting. Hull City, Chelsea, Wrexham, Ipswich, those are going to be the Friday matches. The Saturday matches are going to be important. Burton, West Ham, Burnley, Mansfield Town, Manchester City, Salford City. If there was ever going to be like a major upset outside of Manchester United and Grimsby Town, even though Manchester United has like literally said screw that and decided they want to actually play well, this would be it. Norwich City and West Bromwich Albion, Port Vale, Bristol City, Southampton, Leicester City, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Liverpool, Brighton. All of that is Saturday. And then the Sunday matches, Birmingham City, Leeds United, Grimsby Town, Wolves, Oxford United, Sunderland, Stoke City, Fulham, and then the last game of the day is Arsenal, Wigan. And then Monday there'll be one more game with Macclesfield Town and Brentford. So these games should be so all of these are potential games, and yes, I mentioned Man City, but let's just be honest. We don't have the answers for that to happen again. And thanks again for staying in watching. There wasn't much to watch. I did my best to be positive, but this one was hard. I mean, even with Haaland not doing really anything, it's just that we were forced to play zone. Zone wasn't working. I don't. There was the possibility that some people say like Silva may be out after this game. I really hope not because this was not his fault. Ricardo Pepi is not his fault. Sasha Lukic being injured and helping to shore up that back line is not his fault. And I do think it would have been a much, much closer game if Sasha Lukic wasn't injured. I'm not trying to make any excuses. I'm just saying that's what I've noticed. So there's not much else I can say. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day. I will be back Sunday the 15th. I had it set in my schedule for the 14th, but apparently it is the 15th of February, Stoke Fulham. That is a 9 a.m. game from where I'm at. But yeah, this is it. This is your final 3-0. All goals in the first half. Fulham couldn't do anything in the second half, even though they were not the better side because they didn't score, but they did better in the second half. They actually had more shots in the game. They got better shots on target. They got more possession. In fact, Man City had to make more saves. And yet, and ironically enough, Donnarumma, man of the match. And that's actually well deserved. Like that's actually well deserved because there were some Fulham had some real good chances. It's the finishing and it's the defense. If we were able to just get maybe one goal at halftime, maybe one goal at halftime, tie this or keep it close 3-2. I think City would have been playing a different type of game and we would have had more opportunities because they would be more focused on scoring. But yeah, I'm going to leave this one alone. Again, we'll be back on Sunday, early Sunday morning. It's a pleasure for everyone who was in the chat. Um, I don't think I can really make a reaction. I mean, a reaction because it's just gonna look like the Manchester United one. So I'm gonna leave this alone. Chin up, guts up.